more peaceful than other places. But still, in the center, it is quite busy. I have mentioned yesterday that here they have a different currency, the Danish crown, and so they have a different language as well. People speak Danish, and but they speak English as well. So most of the population is speaking English. It is very easy to get around with your English language, and so you can always do shopping. I have heard that the cash machine was not working around the corner. In the city center there are cash machines as well if you need money. In the city, when we get there, bathrooms are, you have to pay for that. So at least 5 Danish crown is the price for a visit. Of course, if you go to a restaurant and you have a coffee or something like that, then it is free of charge. On the way, there are places where you have to pay, but not everywhere. Usually, I will tell you that. But anyway, that's a good idea to know that it might happen that you have to pay. Today is Sunday. The shops are going to be open from 10:30, 11 o'clock on the main street. I mean, if you would like to buy any shoes or trousers or a t-shirt or whatever. But cafe houses are opening earlier, and so are the museums as well. So on the right hand side is the sea, of course, having a lot of sea and a lot of islands. Also here Copenhagen is on an island, on the Zealand Island, one of the biggest. There are nearly 700 islands belonging to Denmark, so the coast is very big as well. And for how many? 475 or 6, I'm not so good with the numbers, please forgive me. And they have names for the island as well. That is the Zealand Island, one of the biggest. If you have a look on the right hand side, you can already see towers of a couple of churches, and one of those we are going to pass soon, which has a very funny staircase outside outside the tower. That is one of the landmarks of Copenhagen as well. The main religion is Lutheran. In the early 16th century, Catholic and Lutheran churches separated, and after that, not only Lutheran was the main religion of the country, but also being Roman Catholic was illegal as well. And because of that, there are most of the churches are belonging to the Lutheran Church. But later on, of course, there are Catholic people here as well, and so you can find other religions in the same time as well. The church on the right hand side with that funny corkscrew spire is a Baroque church, has the name of Our Saviour's Church, and it is a working church. It was built in the 17th century, in the late 17th century. It took a couple of years until it was ready. There was a decision made to build the church, and then it took 20 years to have it completed in the end of the 17th century. It was only 1682 when they started to build it. There is an urban legend that the architect made suicide when we realized that the staircase is going anti-clockwise, but it can't be true as long as that was put later on, 50 years after the church was ready. The staircase was built, so it couldn't have been the main architect responsible for that. Of course, you can have a very nice view from there if you walk on the top. Several hundreds of stairs you need to climb. But otherwise, in a flat area like that, these are the spots where you can have a nice view. Not only you have the sea here, but there are several channels as well, making an important life in the city of Copenhagen. Sunday morning, there are a lot of people to do jogging, and you can see soon on the left-hand side not only a couple, but carrying their kids with them as well. And so it is the city to be quite calm as well and peaceful because of the Sunday morning. But traffic is never so big as you might find big traffic in London or in New York. So it is a very peaceful place. And a lot of people sitting outside and having also to sunbathe or jogging. And there is the Our Saviour's Church over there on the right hand side. It was for a long time, even the altar was not a permanent one, and after more than 50 years opening the church, they had put the permanent altar over there. Yeah, over there you can see one of the old channels here we are going over. It is also quite common to stay and to live on one of the boats. There are several of these houseboats here. Also, as long as Copenhagen at the very first time was a harbor city, it was established early 12th century, and that was when Archbishop Absalom was here, responsible for the church, and he was asked to first make a fortress in order to protect both the city and both the sailors who were founding this city in 11th and 12th century. The ruins of that fortification you can still see in the Frederiksborg Palace underneath. And then there were several fires which destroyed Copenhagen earlier. If you have a look over there on the left-hand side, and the black building is the library, and on the right-hand side you can see the Opera House, which is a modern building built early 21st century. The long building here on the left-hand side, it's a good idea to take a look on the tower as well. That is the old stock exchange. And on the top, the tower is 4 dragons, like combined together. And that is, according to the legend, those dragons are saving the building itself from the fires. Only in the 18th century there were 2 major fires here, which ruined nearly the whole city. But somehow this building and this area was not damaged by that, and might be that it was they were the dragons to protect the building and the city.